So you recently wrote an article on based politics about Oliver Anthony's song and the backlash against it, and digging a little bit deeper into trying to figure out what those lyrics are all about. And you reopened a can of worms that I love, the debate over libertarian populism.
Sure.
And there are certainly some of my purist libertarian friends are triggered by the word populism.
Yes, they are.
Because they airdrop, is it nationalism?
Right.
Is it socialism? What flavor of populism in this is this? But I've always described myself as a libertarian populist,
Sure.
for the simple reason that I would like to translate these libertarian values into something that is appealing and reachable for people all across the economic and social spectrum. And that's essentially what this song is doing. Like you just broke the Billboard charts, dude.
Absolutely.
And why wouldn't we want to be popular enough to engage in a popular culture in such a tremendous way?
Absolutely. I want to say two things to what you just said. I want to talk directly, which camera am I looking at here, to my libertarian friends who have a problem with the word populism. I know what's in your head when you say that. I know what you think I'm saying when I say that. You're thinking I'm saying exclusively Trump, protectionism, bashing immigrants, stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying. That is a form of populism. It's a form of right-wing populism. It's not the only one, and it's not certainly the only form of populism broadly understood. The Tea Party movement was populist. You were there, and we were about cutting spending and cutting the size of government. That was the focus. It was populist. The Ron Paul movement that preceded that and happened during that and happened after that was a populist movement. When Jesse Jackson ran for president in 1984, it was called a populist movement. When hippies protested the Vietnam War in the 60s and early 70s, those were populist movements. Bernie Sanders running for president was a populist movement. These come from left, right, and everywhere in between. When the little guy challenges the big guy, when regular people challenge the elites, and the elites are like, you have to think this, you have to believe this, things are going to be this way because we're going to make them that way, and they're not because people rose up. That's populism. The Occupy Wall Street movement was a populist movement. Many of our friends say if Occupy and Tea Party could have got together, we could have done some more damage to elites. So that's my idea of populism. Libertarian populism in particular, I'm stealing the idea by permission from Timothy Carney of the Washington Examiner, who in 2015, when Mitt Romney was sort of seen as the figurehead of, the Republican Party, he'd lost and all this stuff, he's like, nah, we need to be against big business as much as we are big government. And he was sort of a symbol, obviously, of big business and big government. And Tim Carney was about, going after the XM Bank and things like that, talking about healthcare and how we could seriously reform it, and a number of things that were libertarian issues, certainly the Fed, things like that, but that regular people could recognize. Why is inflation happening? It's way worse now. This song is about libertarian issues. I mean, you have nationalists on the right that say, the Dems are going to be for big government anyway. We should do a right-wing version of that. This song is saying, I don't want any of that. I want these men in control to leave me alone. I don't like the dollar's being devalued. I don't like taxes going up. That is libertarian populism, and I don't know why any libertarian, left, right, in the middle, or identifying with none of those, wouldn't embrace this and want it.